So in this video we're going to look at the paragraph group. Whatever buttons I press here will have an effect on this particular paragraph. So for example, at the moment all of the text is aligned left. A common format is to have text justified. What that basically does is ensures that all the text is aligned to the left but also to the right hand side and puts the necessary even spacing in between the words. This makes a document very visually pleasing when it's printed out, but most common generally now is the align text left. You could make all your document text to be centralized. This is often used for titles or perhaps for quotes. You'll find that if you did your entire document like this, it's not as pleasing to read for the user, so we generally will choose the align left option. You also have the align right, but this is the least commonly used one. Let's have a look at line spacing. In earlier releases of Word, line spacing used to be very simple. It was just 1.0. And if I click on this down here, you will see that it's now 1.15. It presents a very readable document. If perhaps you are providing this document to someone to allow them to add comment, you might choose to have 1.5 or 2.0. And that will give them enough space to add perhaps some words to it on a printed copy. But you'll find that you'll keep it to 1.15. You also have the ability to add certain tweaks, perhaps to add space before the paragraph or remove the space after the paragraph. We're just going to click away from that and we're just going to leave it to Word's default. Moving across, we've got the ability to apply some shading. This actually could be very useful to make a group of words stand out. Let's just apply this here. If I select here, whereas in the earlier video we applied shading to the particular word, now we can apply it to the paragraph. So perhaps I might want to make this a light blue, and also I might want to put a border around it. And it's a very quick and easy way to have a nice shaded area grouped around that particular paragraph. Let's see what else we've got in this group. The top areas up here are applicable more to numbering. I can start a bulleted list very easily. Perhaps I just do an asterisk, and then as soon as I hit the space bar, the auto formattings come in, and it's assumed I'm going to want to do a list. So I can now type the word hardware, enter, and it will continue the bulleted list. Software, development. And as soon as I want to end that list, I hit enter and press enter again, and that bulleted list is now stopped. If I perhaps want to change the bullet that is going to be used, I can select that, come up to the top, and I can change, again I have a live preview, what the bullet will show. I can in fact define a new bullet, and I could choose from a list of symbols, or I could even upload a picture. Let's just cancel that. If I decide to change my mind and want it as a numbered list, all I need to do is just click on the numbered button. I can also get to this by right-clicking. Right-clicking, you'll suddenly see now I have the same options here, bullets and numbering. If perhaps I want to make a sublist, I can just come up here and press the indent up here. Or I can press the decrease indent. If I press the indent, I can then change how I want it to be. Do I want it to be numbered and then a bullet? Or do I want it to be numbered with subnumbering? And at that point, I can come down to this multi-level list and choose how I want it to be shown. So there's a whole host of functionality inbuilt in Word to help you create these lists. And in documents, sometimes numbered lists and bulleted lists can present some information far clearer than perhaps a paragraph of text. There's one more thing we're going to look at here now. And you can see that this paragraph here, there's actually two paragraphs. There's one paragraph here and a second paragraph there. Now, if I want to, I can just double click on here and it will hide the white space. So this is what the reader would experience as they're reading through the document. Of course, when it's printed out, you will have the header and the footer. So just double clicking here allows me to see that. But I might want to have this paragraph so it doesn't start a new line here for the second paragraph. To change that, I can come up here and press this button here. I've got two tabs. The first tab is about the indents and spacing. We looked at the spacing. You could see it's still set at 1.15, and the indents is how that paragraph is indented to the left. What I'm interested in is the line and page breaks. And the widow and orphan control is what affects this behavior. So if I now check the keep with next and click OK, what it's basically done is it's now moved that paragraph to the next page because it's been told to keep that paragraph with the next one. I could also perhaps keep the lines together. If I click this, it will go back to how it was, because what it's basically saying is within that paragraph, keep each of those lines together, but as I started a new paragraph, that's okay, it will start a new page. I also have the ability to add a specific page break before. And that will ensure that no matter what, this will always be on a new page. So the widow and orphan control, I'm just going to uncheck these. Very important to just have that default behavior occur in your document. And as default, it's automatically switched on. But if you do want to just edit it slightly, this is where you would come and change a specific paragraph. There we go. That's the paragraph group. As usual, give it a go.